I want to let you in on a dirty little secret. I don't wash my clothes. Well, I do, but not very often, and there's a couple of reasons why. My autism brain instructs me not to do it unless my clothes are dirty or smelly. And that doesn't often happen because I work indoors at my desk day to day and come into very little contact with dirt or filth to justify it getting washed, and I don't sweat as much. So if it does get dirty, if it does get smelly, sure, I'll wash it, but I'm probably more likely to spot clean it if I can, because if I put it into the washing machine, second factor here is it will start to degrade the material. Efficiency wise, I'm ruining my clothes by putting them through excessive washes that they don't need to go through, and then they get stripped of a lot of their color and their softness. And if it's a nice hoodie that I like to wear, it has that kind of initial purchase softness to it. Sure enough, if I wash it, the washer and the dryer are going to strip it of the extra fabric, and then it gets thinner and thinner and loses a lot of its delicious softness. Without its softness, it's not as fun to wear. It's a sensory comfort thing. So I don't like to wash because, yes, practically speaking, it's going to degrade the clothes, but it's also going to strip it of a lot of its initial allure as a new article of clothing. And then there's the ADHD component of my brain, which is like, more labor. Why do that? It just seems like more effort. I'm going to have to lug it down to the laundry, wash it, go back and collect it, or put it in through the dryer cycle, then come back and then collect it. And it's just many steps that I'm adding to my plate in terms of labor that I'd rather just not have to add at all if I can avoid. And so these different factors kind of combine, and I start being more reluctant to do it. And then I think about the expense of having to feed money into the machine. And granted, it's not always a huge amount of money, but it adds up over time. So I'm like, okay, why do this thing that everybody does on a regular basis that's socially sanctioned if it, logically speaking, doesn't make sense to me? Now, I would never, I want to stress this, I would never go out in public with dirty or smelly clothes. And it can be that sometimes because of my inattentiveness, from my ADHD, I might miss like a spot or something on my shirt. Or I might brush my teeth and get a little speckle of it on my shirt and then realize and then spot clean it. But for the most part, I'm very conscious about, being respectful about how I present in public and my cleanliness in general. But I also don't want to, narrowly follow what's socially prescribed just because it's socially prescribed if it makes no sense to me. Do you approach laundering your clothes in a similar way, or do you have another approach to something that's considered conventional that your autistic and ADHD thinking style has shaped you to do differently in some way? I would love to hear from you.